Okay, you 931 guys, you 924 turbo guys, all you guys. Finally, I got the head back from EBS Racing for this 1982 924 turbo. Um, it's taken a long time. I mean, it's like been a year and a half. So I'm super happy about that. Um, let's take a look at the head. It's still in the wrapper from shipping, but I'll just walk you through what they did. Like I said, still in the wrapper. There's a note. It says clean with a brush. Looks like they have the cam wrapped. Now they sent the lifters back. So I'm going to have to pull the wrapper and make sure there's new lifters installed. Or I guess I can see them down in there. That'd be crazy not to put new lifters in. And also I can check the invoice. This was not cheap. It had a lot to do with the price of the valves, which I had to get from Porsche in Germany, and some other bits and pieces that were very expensive. So, yeah, I sent the bag with the lifters in it. Looks like they even put the camshaft seal in there. Of course, I've got the whole kit for the 931 upper end rebuild. All the seals, supposedly. I haven't inventoried everything, but we will find out soon. I got that from Paragon Parts Racing, I think it is. Jason there, he's been supplying me with parts for a long time. Highly recommend Paragon. So I'm looking in the Haynes, and one of the things it describes is locator pins on the head. Yeah, so it shows a bushing on the cylinder head. Now, this manual is for 76 through 80. And I double checked the video from disassembly, and I don't see any bushings at all. And I know there's none when it came back. However, it looks like it could have set a bushing there. If you see on that, but the head bolt goes down, right? So I'm a little confused about that. Let's look at the block, which is still under wraps also. Threads don't go all the way up on these. I'm just, again, when I looked at the video from disassembly, I don't see me removing any bushings. And they're not on the shelves where I stored everything. So I guess I need to check the PET parts diagram and see, maybe for the turbos they did away with the bushings. The gasket might tell a story too. It doesn't look like the gasket. Maybe a little bit bigger on the head gasket. Anyway, I got to research that. I don't know why anybody would assemble this block. I don't know that it's ever been tore down. I don't have that much information on it. And I'm not sure how critical those alignment, basically they're just alignment bushings, but I don't want to put this thing together with something missing. So let me look into that some more, and I'll report back. Well, surprise, surprise, those tappets, they're not lifters, they're tappets. They're haven't been replaced. So I guess I get to pull the camshaft and put the tappets in. Now, here's the bad news. Tappets have not been numbered that I'm aware of. So yeah. So that's a problem. And there's some wear. I mean, this one's got I think that's a chunk missing. Yeah, it's fractured too. So that tappet's no good. Wonder if you can even get these. Oh, regarding the locator sleeves, those are no longer available. But I double checked my video, and there weren't any in there when I pulled the head. So I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe the head got pulled on this at one time and somebody put it back together and decided, oh, the hell with it. Or they might have even been unavailable at that point in time, which I think would have been a long time ago. Remember, this is an Andal car, so they put in water injection, and who knows, I'd probably shim the wastegate. Yeah, that one's fractured. Yeah, definitely no good. Okay, well, got to find out if these are available. So the adjuster screws, that's interesting, looking at those. That's a whole thing. Special tool required for that. And I assume these are valve seals. I don't know. Got to figure that out. And I'll look at the invoice. I know it's got all new valves, and surely it's got new seals, so I can see some lubrication on them. Yeah, this is a gift that keeps on giving. So let me check into the tappet thing and keep pushing forward. So here's what I found out about all this regarding the cam followers. Those are actually available, and from Porsche they're over $400 each. But I went to my friends at Paragon, and like 90 bucks. So I'm going to replace this one, this fractured one. Now, I was looking at this adjustment screw, and it's pretty funky because it's got a beveled edge, right? So that will change your gap, your lash, as you screw it in or unscrew it. But each time you turn it over, it's going to go, the valve actually contacts the beveled area. Let's see if I can show this to you. Wrong end. Hang on. Each time you turn it over, it's going to, those threads are going to pass over the valve into the valve stem, right? So that's when they say it's like a click. So you can feel it when the valve stem, which will be like pressing up against that bevel, that flat, you'll be able to feel that. So the whole deal is you got to get down inside of there, which you want to be on this side. So access is a little tight. Let me get the camera back here. but it's doable. And of course, there's a special tool now. The special tool apparently has like a seat that fits into that access hole, and that what it keeps it's a 3mm hex aligned with that screw. I mean, all this would be really hard to figure out if you were just adjusting these valves without the help of a book or anything like that, because they seat like this and you'd have a hard time seeing what the hell's going on. Also, I suspect that it's going to actually have the ability to spin in that bore, right? Because there's nothing holding it from spinning about. So when you get the valve in the right position as far as the firing order, and the lobe is not contacting this, you should be able to spin it around to get to that access hole. So ordered another one of these. And of course, I'll move the screw over. Now, here's another thing about the screw. Apparently, you can run out of adjustment because you keep going, I guess, further and further in as the valve wears. And there's different versions of that screw, and they are labeled on the end. Let me pull this one out, and we'll take a look at that. Okay, there it is. So now you can see how this works. That bevel, it's got a slope. Let me see if I can. So as you screw it in, that slope, you're increasing, shortening the distance, I guess would be the way to describe it. Be that as it may, on the end here, if it's a different slope, because it's not going to have any more threads, it's going to have a lesser slope, right, to get greater adjustment on the valve. There will be a tick mark on the end of some kind. I guess these are original because they don't have a tick mark. So you can get originals 1, 2, or 3. So I guess by the time you get to 3s, your valve stem is pretty darn worn out. So that's all that. Now let's talk about the pins that go into the head, alignment pins, which are actually sleeves. And I think it would be here and here by number 1 and number 4 cylinder. Those are no longer available. Some of the guys on the 924 board are saying you don't really need them, just be super careful. All they're therefore is to line the gasket and the head as you set it in. They're 10 meters long. I just measured. The outer would be 13 millimeters OD, outer dimension. The head bolt goes through it, so the inner dimension on the shoulder there is 12. So it's 13 OD, 12 ID, 10 meters long. It's basically a roll pin from what I've seen. So at this point, I'm undecided what I'm going to do about that. I could potentially fabricate something like that, really. I mean, it would probably be, I'm not sure what it would be, but if it's just basically a roll pin and has no influence on, the head seating properly, as long as it's aligned, I don't kind of ambivalent about it. So at this point, I'm going to wait till I get the other cam follower. Then I'm going to pull the cam out. I need to make sure they put in, well, I'm not even sure this cam has bearings. Surely it does. If they didn't replace the bearings, I'll mic those, make sure they're within tolerance. Now there is a lash, and the Haynes describes that, and I can feel it there. So there's a tolerance there. Now that lash would probably be determined by cam bearings as well, I would think, or maybe the cam itself. But just for my own edification, I'll check that lash and we'll see where we're at there. I got to find the Woodruff key for the belt gear. I know I've got it, just a matter of finding it. Because the process is, of course, to get the head on with the belt gear on there, set everything at top dead center, and then start measuring your lashes. Be nice just to do it on the bench without it even being on the block. I'm going to wrap my head around that. I just need to get it up where the valves aren't mashing down, because this is a collision design. Those valves will touch the piston tops. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Sorry I didn't get much further. I feel like I didn't get a damn thing done, but it's an update. Stay tuned. As soon as I get the follower, I'll pull this apart, and hopefully I won't continue digging myself into a hole. Thanks for staying with me on this project. It's taken forever, but I swear I'm going to get this engine in, and someday I'm going to try to start it. And if it all blows up or whatever, so be it. Keep watching, guys.